Hello and welcome to the video. This is a very quick video on this thing here. Now this is something called the ShortStop. Now this is a smoke stopper that goes in between the battery and the ESC on your model. And the idea is that if you have put it together and made a little bit of a hiccup, then when you plug the battery into the model via something like this, then nothing bad happens. The magic smoke doesn't escape. Well, actually, that's not quite true. A lot of the smoke stoppers that are kicking around at the moment are just an automotive 12-volt bulb in series with the model itself, and they will limit the current, but only limit it to 2 or 3 amps potentially, which is easily enough for the partial short to still let the magic smoke escape. Now there are smoke stoppers out there that use polyfuses. They can take about half a second to 1 second to heat up enough to trigger the disconnection of the supply to the model. But this thing, this ShortStop, will completely cut the power to the RC electronics within 20 milliseconds. So to reset it, you just remove the power input, count to 10, plug it back in, and you're away to go. Now there is a little switch on here that will switch between a 1 amp and a 3 amp trip, which is also another really nice feature. So it's dead simple to use, just like every other smoke stopper. You just kind of plug one end in and then you plug your load in and away you go. And if anything nasty has happened, then it will disconnect the battery. Now I am a massive fan personally. Whenever I build a model, I always use a little multimeter on the resistance setting and put it across the 2 pins on the ESC connection on the model. That will usually tell me if I've done something horrible, because if it isn't reading a partial or dead short, i.e. the number on the screen is very low, then you're usually good to plug it in. But this is a great device, quite a smart device, to make sure that you don't accidentally fry the electronics that you've just spent the last 3 nights putting together. Now I'll put a link in the description, but what I wanted to also do was kind of show you how I've modified mine here, because the way it comes with these little posts at the end that you can solder in and then connect your own battery terminals. But in the hobby, having XT60 connectors is a far more useful way to do it. So what I did is I got myself a couple of old XT60 connectors, tinned up the pads at the end and connected 2 little wires to each of the inputs and output XT60 connectors, and then hot glued those into place using a nice amount of hot glue, so that's pretty solid. And then I actually mounted them on the back of the device rather than the front, and then wrapped the cables round and soldered those into place, and then did the other end and then put the heat shrink over the top, and everything sorted. So if you are going to get one of these, then this is a mod that I heartily recommend. I hope that Jay Bauer, I think is the guy who designed this, will make a version specifically for radio control with the XT60s on already, because that would make it a much more attractive device for those of you that don't want to start modding and playing around with pieces of kit. But if you are interested in getting a little device that will absolutely protect your electronics when you're plugging it in for the first time, and you don't want to rely on something like a multimeter telling you that everything is all tickety-boo before you plug it in, then this is definitely worth a look. Thanks for watching the video and watching right to the very end. You can find me in all the usual places on social media, and if you like the video and like what I'm doing here, then hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon too. If you really like what I'm doing, you can go the extra mile and become one of my Patreons for access to me directly for support, and also giveaways and regular updates too. If you're looking for particular content, then check out the playlist. I organise all of my videos into playlists, so if you're looking for a particular topic, you can find everything here. If it's called Introduction To, it's designed to start very simply and build on that simple introduction to teach you all about it. If it's called For Beginners, then that is really aimed at people who are brand new to that part of the hobby. You can also search on YouTube for anything that you're interested in using the search function at the top. So iNav Painless 360 will find all of my videos and even the playlist around iNav. So thanks again for watching, and happy flying.